Loves. Welcome back for another video, or welcome if you're new here. Regardless of whether you're new, I kind of feel the need to reintroduce myself maybe, because I haven't uploaded on this channel since July and it is December, almost January right now, so good times. I'm going to, in this video, get into why, where I've been, but first of all, hey, what's up? My name is Cassie. I live in the Washington, D.C. area, but I'm currently visiting family in Central Florida, which is where I grew up. So here for the holidays, just vibing out, having a cozy little day after Christmas, and I want to film my what I got for Christmas video today, so I'm going to be getting ready right now, and I thought it'd be fun to just sit down with you and chat and catch you all up and just do a good old-fashioned beauty video, because that's really where I started years and years ago on this channel, and this is something that I always love sharing. So it's going to be super chatty, super chill. If you want to go make a cup of coffee, make yourself a cocktail. I don't know what time of day it is when you're watching this, but both of those sound like a good vibe and a good like holiday chill kind of thing right now. So go grab yourself something like that or a snack if you want, and we will go ahead and just get into it. Also, before I get started, I wanted to give a quick shout out to Selena Trevino. I'm actually wearing her merch right now. It says, "All bodies are good bodies, obsessed with this message," and this is one of the comfiest t-shirts I own. It's honestly so cozy and like thin, but in a nice way, and the material is just awesome. Like, I'm obsessed, and it's a whole vibe. My leggings are kind of the same color, so big maroon vibe today, and then we're also wearing fuzzy socks. So I said this video was gonna be cozy. I meant it. That's the vibe that I'm feeling today, and yeah. So anyway, I will have this merch link down below if you guys want to check it out. All right, so just gonna start by pulling my hair back so that we don't get makeup in it, because that's not a cute look. Also, as I'm getting started here, I'm just going to apologize in advance for the lighting in this video. I have a feeling it's going to be all over the place because the sun is coming in and out of the clouds out there, and it's getting brighter and darker, so I'll do my best to keep adjusting my camera. It actually looks like I might need to kind of bring it down a bit. So anyway, hey, hi, what's up? It has been such a long time since I have uploaded a video and chatted with you guys. I've been somewhat active on social during the time that I haven't been really posting on this channel, but nothing crazy, and I was also posting podcast episodes, but then that kind of ended up slowing down, and I want to get into now why that's all been happening and kind of what I've had going on. Wow, this lighting's getting crazy again. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so basically what happened after the last time that I uploaded on this channel was I pretty quickly kind of fell into a really bad state of burnout, and I think sometimes when you're getting to a point like that, you're not always cognizant of it right away, you know, like you just might be kind of tired and like feel like you're having a hard time keeping up with everything going on, and then slowly it just really catches up to you. And that's exactly what happened to me over the last 6 months or so. The main thing that really caused this burnout was my job, and it really just was kind of a perfect storm of things, not necessarily anyone's fault in particular, but I think I had mentioned in my last video, because I was kind of like goal setting for the rest of the year, that there was someone, like a key member of my team, that was leaving, and I was kind of just wanting to navigate that change the best way that I could, and, you know, really just kind of put my best foot forward. So that happened, and I was helping to fill in the work for that position while we were hiring. And also around that same time, we had a change in leadership, and earlier this year we moved offices, and so there just were a lot of transitions happening all at once, and I really kind of took the brunt of that on my team, unfortunately. And as much as I try to stay positive and do my best, it just was so brutal. And really, by this month, even though we have hired someone new and things kind of started to look up, it just had gotten to such a bad point that I was like breaking down crying on Zoom meetings. Now, turning off my camera at least, you know, but like that is not a place you want to be with a job. And I just knew at that point that things had kind of gone too far and there was no going back. And so I actually made the decision to quit my job. And My last day is in January, so it's really crazy to be sharing this on the internet since I don't fully know what is next yet, but I think this is really important to share with you all because it's so easy to just go through something like this and keep telling yourself you're gonna be okay and, you know, things will get better, and then just allowing yourself to take too much and really reach a awful point where your mental health is suffering. And so I think it's really important for me to share this journey with you all and, you know, kind of share the low point that I hit, but then also working back up towards the life that I want to be living and being okay again. So sorry, I know the lighting is all over the place again, but yes, so that is my biggest life update, that I am going to be unemployed soon. But since I had put in my notice and it had been announced internally and everything, I was able to kind of start reaching out to my network, and that's already at least led to some opportunities that are open. Who knows how things will work out, but it's definitely nice now that things are kind of more public that I can lean on my network and see if any of those opportunities work out, and also just very publicly job search. So it's not a place that I expected myself to be, but I truly think that this was the best decision I could have made for myself at this point, considering, sorry, lighting, but we're doing our best. Considering how bad things had gotten with my job, this is what I needed to do for myself, and I'm very grateful that I'm in a place where I have good savings that I can fall back on if it takes me a little while to find something after I wrap up with this job, and I really think this is going to work out and be fine. I am really grateful for where I'm at because I have the privilege to be able to take a step back and kind of regroup and move forward from here, because for once in my life, I'm not living paycheck to paycheck, and I honestly, at least in my like 20s, was starting to not feel sure that I'd get to that point. But honestly, because of the pandemic, I was really able to cut back on a lot of expenses I used to have when life was more normal, and, you know, save that money and really kind of plan for the future. And I'm so glad that I did that, because things ended up getting so bad with my current job, and it just really kind of felt like this was the way that things were supposed to go. And as soon as I made that decision and submitted my notice, I cannot tell you the weight that was lifted off my shoulders. It was absolutely insane. Multiple people in my life were telling me, you know, oh, you seem so much happier, like, wow, it was really affecting you so much. And I'm like, yeah, it really was. And I'm very much a positive person who just keeps going and sucks it up. And so I think that's part of why things ended up getting so bad, because I just kept pushing and doing my best, and that led me to a really not great place, and that is not good. So if you find yourself in a similar situation, I hope that even just hearing this motivates you to consider moving on and doing what is best for you, because mental health is so important. No job is worth that, and you deserve so much better. And this also honestly is such a good time to be looking, because there's so much new opportunity. A lot of people have left jobs. I know like some have been calling this time the Great Resignation. So this is a good time to be looking for something new, and it's important to do that for yourself if that's what you need. So yes, that is my biggest update right now, and it's a lot. I didn't think this was going to be how my year ended, but I could not be more grateful that I made this decision and kind of put myself first for kind of, I don't want to say the first time in my professional life, but even just having the ability to do that, it's just been so great. And I feel like now I really have the space to get back into the things that I love doing and really mean more to me than any full-time job could anyway, like this YouTube channel, like my podcast, like all of the little side projects and things that I take on. You know, as a creative person, I always kind of need those outlets, and I just missed being that person and leaning into this side of myself. So I'm so sorry that I've been gone for so long on this channel. And I mean, genuinely, it's been years since I've been like a proper YouTuber. Like, I've been pretty spotty on and off, but I do think with how bad my job had gotten, and also the pandemic, you know, I think we're all burned out living through this insane time where we're expected to just work as if things are normal. But it can be scary just to freaking go to the grocery store, especially with this new variant now. So if you're struggling right now, please know that you're not alone. We honestly all are, and I think we should talk about it more, because that makes it more normal. And helps you to feel not so alone. So if you also have had a hard time recently, this year at all, please know that you're not alone, and please talk to people in your life about it, because it's so important to be open and share those kinds of things. Suffering in silence is not a thing that you have to do. So, didn't mean to get so deep there, but this is just kind of that sort of time, and I think it's important to acknowledge that and lean into people that support you. On a lighter note, I want to talk about kind of leaning into that creative side of things again and really relaunching this channel essentially, because I have been, you know, not active for a long time and really haven't been a super consistent uploader for longer than I want to think about. I really want to work on relaunching this channel and being, you know, an actual YouTuber who shares value and connects with you guys again. And I think it's gonna take me a little while to find my footing, because it has been so long since I've been proper active and done kind of like the whole lifestyle and beauty thing, but I definitely want to lean into both of those sides of content, and I hope that that's enough to fit under an umbrella on my channel. But that's really what my channel has always been, is like advice and things I'm going through, and then also like makeup that I'm loving and hair products that I'm loving, because those are all huge parts of my life and I want to share that with you all. So content coming in the near future, I want to do some kind of like New Year goal setting content, because that's just a lot of fun to do. And I also recently got an iPad, which I'm going to talk about in my What I Got for Christmas video, because that was my Christmas present to myself, and it's really kind of inspired me to get back into planning and goal setting, because you have so much more flexibility with a digital planner than you do a physical one. And I've been having so much fun with planning on my iPad. So I want to share a little bit of that with you guys, and just my goals for the new year, getting my new year, new career vibe on and all of that. So that will be upcoming. And then I also went to Disney back in September when things weren't so crazy with COVID, and I had such an amazing trip, and I recorded multiple vlogs that I really want to share with you all. So they're gonna be like fall Halloween themed, because that's the time of year that it was when I went, but I still think it will be really fun to share with you all. I know I personally really love watching Disney vlogs, and I'm sure some of you all watching this do too. So if that's a thing you're into, that's going to be coming probably in the new year. I want to work on editing those vlogs in this week between Christmas and New Year's, because I have some downtime. I'm not working and I can actually just like breathe and find some space to be creative, which I am so excited for, because it has been such a long time since I've really edited for myself just to be creative and capture memories, and I definitely want to lean back into that. So those are some of the things that will be coming soon, and then really just getting back into sharing more lifestyle and advice kind of content, capturing my job search and my whole journey with kind of shifting my career, because this is a big step that I'm taking. I've been at my current job for 3.5 years. So as like, I'm only 27, like that's a huge chunk of like my career after college, and it's going to be quite the transition to start something new, but I'm really excited about it. And I want to take you all along, because job searching can really be a process. So anything that I learn from it and can be helpful for you, I definitely want to share that with you. Another thing that I've been expanding on the side this year, I've talked a bit about, but I've been doing some more freelance work, which has been really cool and a fun change of pace to edit things that aren't for my full-time job. And it just feels a little more creative because I've been at my full-time job for such a long time. So I'm really used to the content that we make, and I don't have as much space to be creative. So it's been so cool to work on some new projects, have a little bit of extra income. None of these things are bad. So I've really been enjoying that. And I'm actually thinking pretty seriously about establishing maybe like an LLC or like an S Corp or something in the new year. And then that way that can kind of fall under that umbrella. And then if YouTube and the podcast were to grow to the point where I need to worry about taxes, then I could kind of envelope those things into that too as well, if that makes sense. So that's a big goal that I have for next year, is to kind of research all that and then figure out what the best approach is. But I've had that dream for so long of kind of starting a business that's based on, you know, doing things online, telling stories, editing video, all the things that I love to do, and really starting to kind of build out towards maybe not maybe, towards definitely working for myself in the future. So that's a big ambition that I have, and I want to do my best to share that journey with you all as well, because I know it can be so easy to just kind of fall into the 9-to-5 corporate America vibes. And while I respect everyone who is comfortable in that space, I personally could not be more, not against it, that doesn't sound right, but like, it's not for me. So as soon as I can work my way away from that, I will be definitely doing that. And I think, you know, my next job, whatever it ends up being, like, I want it to be good experience and everything like that. But my dream would that be that I like find another job, and then within the next like 5 years, I work for myself. So we'll see how that goes, but I definitely want to start moving in that direction slowly and build as much as I can on the side. So I also want to share that with you all, and just, it's going to be a lot of change and transition and working towards goals. And I hope that that sounds exciting. I know that it's probably a little bit of a step away from content that I've done in the past, but I also haven't been passionate about what I've been doing on YouTube for a while, which I think is part of why, though burnout was a huge factor in me not uploading as consistently, I also just didn't feel that same sense of purpose that I have felt in the past for this channel and making videos. So I really want to experiment and find that again. And also, if there's anything that you want to see from me, please leave a comment and let me know, because I'm definitely open to trying different types of content, and I want to make sure that the things that I'm making and putting out there are gonna provide you with value and, you know, at least be entertaining if nothing else. So definitely let me know if you have any thoughts in that regard. Also, speaking of upcoming content, another thing that I definitely want to work on in the new year is bringing back my podcast. If you're new here or you missed it, I started a podcast back in August that is called Side Hustle Generation, and we talk with different entrepreneurs and really just people who have started something on the side, whether it's a passion project or a business that they kind of fell into. And I absolutely love working on the podcast. It has been such a fun change of pace for me and a way to kind of push out of my comfort zone, because as much as I've done a lot of interviewing in my professional work, this is just a different kind of like conversation and way of telling a story. And so it has been such a good challenge for me, but also it's been so well received with the few episodes that have gone up. And I felt so awful that things kind of fell to the side because of how burned out I was, but things had to give, unfortunately, with where I was, and that was that. But in the new year, I really want to catch up, but then also be more intentional about pre-recording and making sure that there's always something ready to go so that it won't be so hard to keep up with. Because really what I found was that I was like staying up super late every night after work editing, and as much as I was having so much fun doing it, like it wasn't sustainable at the pace that I was doing it without having some work done kind of like ahead of time to keep things flowing, if that makes sense. So that is definitely something that I'm going to be doing going into the new year. I would love to do an episode, I think, actually on my goals for the new year and just share kind of where I'm at in my personal side hustle journey, because that is part of sharing this whole story with all of my listeners and anyone who's interested in side hustles or just hearing about them. So maybe that will be going up this upcoming Friday, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I don't want to overpromise anything that I can't quite deliver on yet, but I do want to do a goals kind of New Year focused episode. And then I have one that I recorded with a friend that is really good and I'm so looking forward to sharing. So we have those, and then I want to start reaching out to guests and recording again and really just getting in the rhythm so that I can get the show back up and running and keep it running. That is the goal for the new year, definitely one of many. But I absolutely love the podcast. It has been such a fun and passion project that I really enjoyed and I really want to get back into. So that's another thing that is going to be coming soon. Related to that, if there are any guests that you'd like to see on the podcast or any topics covered, please let me know, because I am always looking for new ideas and things to cover. I definitely want the podcast to be a resource, and I know it's been pretty YouTube heavy so far, so I do want to try to branch out a little bit, but it kind of made sense to start within my network because those were easy asks. They're people that I already knew, and I have quite the network from YouTube because I've been on YouTube since 2010. I know I'm old, but so that's really like it was the most natural place for me to start with the podcast, but I do want to branch out. So if there's anything that you'd like to hear, definitely let me know in a comment. So yeah, that is pretty much where I'm at, and I feel like I've covered a lot of the things I wanted to share with you all in this video. It's just been so long since I've filmed anything at all, and I'm so glad to be getting back into the swing of things now because I've really missed this. I've really missed YouTube and having a creative outlet and connecting with you all and just all of the things. So anyway, here we are. Hi, I really missed you guys, and if you're still watching at this point, you're like one of the real ones, and like I love you for that. Thank you. I almost finished my makeup, so I guess we're probably getting to a point where we'd wrap up soon, but I just want to say thank you all for being here, regardless of how long you've been subscribed, or if you're not subscribed. I don't know why you're still watching this if you're not subscribed, but thanks. So really just thank you for being here, and I look forward to all of the content we are going to create together in the new year, because I really feel like this is gonna be my year. I know that's like so cheesy and like oversaid. Every year people are like, this is my year, like I have all these goals, and then like mid-January everything goes back to normal. But I really feel like this is gonna be one of those years for me because I made such a big leap in quitting my job, and like it's just weird to still say that out loud. Like I cannot believe this is something that I'm doing, because I am normally such a risk-averse person and really try to plan and be practical, but this was so something I needed. It was the push that I needed to really move forward and make some much needed changes in my career and my life. And so if nothing else, I hope that this like chat and video has inspired you guys to put yourself first, you know? And sometimes that's in a small way. Like maybe you need an afternoon in to just like read a book or something. I know we're spending a lot of time at home anyway, but that means you're also spending a lot of time with your family or your significant other or your roommates, because you're all in this space together. So just, that's a good thing to prioritize, no matter how small. Like you matter, and you need to take care of yourself, because that is how you're gonna show up as your best self in all parts of your life. So I'll get off my soapbox with that, but I just, after going through all this, I cannot emphasize the importance of self-care and mental health. Like that is just such a key core thing that everyone deserves to prioritize. So I hope that you do that, and I hope that you all have had a wonderful holiday season. And if you're going through it right now, just know that I was on a good tangent there and my camera cut me off, so probably a sign, you know, that I should stop talking and rambling. But it has been so good to catch up with you guys. I'm gonna set my makeup real quick, so 1 second. Hopefully you got something helpful out of this video, even if it was just hanging out and, you know, listening to someone chat while you worked or like cleaned or something. I love having YouTube on in the background when I'm like doing laundry or working or just all kinds of things. It's just so nice to, you know, hang out, feel less alone. Yeah, anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. And I really look forward to getting back into the swing of things and just sharing this next chapter in my journey with you. So I love you all so much. Thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you're new here. Again, if you're new here and you watch this whole thing, like that's crazy to me, but thank you. I love you, and I can't wait to have you as part of the Curly Hair Love fam. I really need to stop now because I've been rambling for too long, but again, thank you so much for hanging out with me and watching this video. I love you, and I can't wait to see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, just kidding. I realized I forgot to do my brows, and I wanted to document the fact that I am doing my brows. So, you know, good times. I just realized that as I finished this video, I had like no eyebrows, and that's so sad for me and everyone watching, or the few of you that were still watching. So, you know, just wanted to share that this is where my brain is at these days. I just have been forgetting things and struggling, and I look forward to the post-burnout stage of all of this. So good times. But this also is such a good brow gel, so a little beauty note for my friends who stuck around to the end and stuck through all these lighting changes. This is from e.l.f. and it is called Wow Brow. I'm pretty sure this is just like blonde. Oh no, it's in taupe, and honestly, this is all I need these days. Like I just put it on, and I mean, it's not like the most dramatic brows. Sorry, I know the lighting probably isn't the best for this, but it just fills them enough, and they're like natural and look really nice. And even when I barely wear makeup, I will just do my brows and then I will do mascara and call it a day. So my camera just ran out of memory as well, so if the angle changed, sorry about it, but that was a sure sign that I actually need to stop talking now, so I'm gonna do that. But again, thank you so much for hanging out with me and watching this video. I love you all so much, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye.